Hi viewers, my name is Mohammad Faizan and you are watching your own channel Info Hub 101. Today I am going to talk about 10 Excel formulas which are commonly used and are widely used by the Excel user on their daily activities. So we'll start with a very common formulas, which is uh, some formulas for the average, how to count the average. So here is I'm going to populate the data and then we'll explain that how to use this very common functionality of average. So here I'm going to put the numbers. Okay, so this will be 2, 4, 8, 100, 1, 102, 35, 80. So here you want to, for example, here you want to calculate the average. So what you have to do, you have to put the equal sign and then write average, AVE, RAGE. Once you will start writing the alphabet spelling of average, this Excel will automatically guide you to take the number. So you can select this average. Then after average, you have to uh, select all the numbers which you want for the average. So you have to take select all the numbers for the average and close the bracket and then click yes. The number is 47.42. This is the average of all this number. So this is the way you can calculate the average for any number. Another way of calculating average number is that press equal, write average and then bracket open, and let's say you want to take the average of two numbers. So write first number, let's say you want average for 10 and then you want average of 10 plus 20, so 10 then comma then 20. So you want the average of this two number 10 and 20. So write these two numbers with comma and then close the bracket, press enter. So the average of 10 plus 20 is 15. Another way, again click equal, write average, bracket open. Now let's say you want three numbers, so let's say 10 plus 30 plus 60. Average of 10 plus 30 plus 60 will be 100. Sorry, it should be with comma. Okay, so it will be average of 10 plus 30 plus 60 will be 33. So this is average formula. Now the second formula quite commonly used is sum formula. So we'll keep the same numbers. Let's see. Now if you want to calculate this number, these are 7 numbers in total. So you want to do the sum of this number, press equal, write sum, bracket open, and select all the numbers which you want to add. The total is 332. You can do in another way. You can press Alt plus equal, and then it will give you this summation formula, and you can sum this in this way. So the result will remain same. So these are the two formulas which are widely used and um, are commonly used by all the users of Excel on a daily basis. So next formula is count. Before moving to count, I will give you another formula, sum if. Sum if formula. Sum if formula logic is that it will only count the numbers which are on a specific which are required for any specific items. For example, so I will populate some numbers. So car brand. Okay, let's say BMW, Audi, Toyota, and then again Audi, then again Audi, BMW, then Nissan. Alright, and now the second column I would say units. So units say 10, 50, 40, 100, 25, 30, and 50. So we have to see that these are the numbers. So for example, if you want only the total units, we just have to apply some formula equal sum, and then you will have total units 305. But for example, if you want only the units for OD card, which here is 1, 2 and 3 different, and you just want to count the total units for OD, then you have to apply this way. So just write OD, and then in this column you write sum if, and then bracket open. Then you have to select the range. Range means the area from in which you will select you will find your desired uh, result. So for example, right now you want to look for the total units for OD, so you have to give the range. So this is the range where you will find your criteria. So first you have to identify the range. So range, you have to first select the range, then press comma, and then you have to give the criteria. So criteria is OD, because you want to look for OD in a particular range. Then once you have provided the criteria, either you can give the criteria by putting by selecting it, or you can write here also, you can write OD also. So in both way the result will remain same. Okay, so let's say you selected this OD, and then again comma, and now you have to provide the sum range. Sum range means which range you want to calculate based on your result. So sum range is the number of units, then close the bracket, and then you got the result 175. So just double check OD 50, OD 100, so 150, and OD 25 is 175. Now let's say you want a result for Toyota, so just write Toyota here, and then your result will change to 40. Now for example, you need for BMW, so write BMW, and your result will change because BMW is 30 plus 10. So this is some formula. The next formula is count. So number 4 formula. So count formula will give you the counting of all the numbers. So let's say you want to count how many rows are there. Okay, so just here put equal count and select the entire range, total 7. Okay, for example, now if you want to count the blank items, so then you have a different formula. So this count formula will give you the result of all the numbers where all the columns, all the rows or columns, or all this your selection area where there is any number. So for instance, I will copy this number, just let's say 10, 50, 40, then blank, then 25, then 30, blank, then BMW, then 100, 50, Toyota, Nissan, blank, and 20. Okay, so now you have another formula, your formula count. So just let's say equal count. So this will give you the result of only the items which are having numbers. So let's count. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 items which are coming with the specifically with the count. The next formula is count A. Number 5. Count A provide you the results. So count A. Count A. Count A provide you the results with all the columns which have anything, whether it text or number. So count just only provide you the results for the for the boxes which contains only the numbers. However, count A provide you the results for all the boxes which contains anything. It's whether it's a text or a number. Okay, so total 11. However, there is another formula which is called count D or count blank. This formula only provides you the number of columns which are blank. So let's count B, and then select the ranges. So it's only 3. So let's see, 1, 2, and 3 blank. So this count B formula only provides you the results for the empty cells. Count A provides the results for the all cells which contains number or text. Count only provides the results for the cells which is with number only. So these are the 6 formulas which I have explained to you so far. After that, you have a sum if formula. Sum if formula is done. So after that, so we have so far we have covered 6 formulas: sum if, average, count A, count B, and the next formula is count if. So the count if formula is again, so count if formula, here I will apply, I will remove all this data from here, and count if formula will be, I will apply here count if. So let's say for example I just wanted to know the number of items which are having for a specific um, car brand. For example, I want to see that how many times or how many sales are relating to OT car, okay, and how many counts are there for this OT. So equal count if, bracket open, then range, this is the range, okay, and then criteria is OT. So 3. So let's see 1, 2, and 3. Basically, the difference between count if and count if and sum if, that count if only provide you the number of sales for your specific criteria. However, sum if formulas provides you the sum or summation of all the numbers and specific sales based on your criteria. So that is the only difference, and that was number 7. After that we have number 8, which is a formula which is very commonly used, but so many users they does not know about that formula, and that is called concatenate, right? So the formula concatenate provides it merge the uh, different cells. So let's say for example equal concatenate, all right, bracket open, and you want to merge this 2 column, this, then separate with a separation comma, then this one. So the result will be BMW 10. So basically concatenate merge different sales into one sales. Now there is a different way to merge. So if you simply put a separator comma, then the result will be like this, BMW 10. There is no gap. However, what you can do, you can, for example, you can put space in between. So concatenate, bracket open, BMW, and separator, inverted comma. Let's say you want to put this separator, then comma, inverted comma close, then comma, then units. So now see, you will you can add the separator in order to give the results in a better way. But for example, you instead of this dash, you want to write something. Let's say concatenate, or let's say you want to add, instead of 2, you want to add 3 items. So let's say BMW 10 units, and let's say you write 4 sale. Okay, now I can do this merging of concatenate BMW comma, inverted comma open, dash, inverted comma close, and comma, units, comma, inverted comma open, dash, inverted comma close, then comma, then for sales, close. You see, this is very different way it will come. So I have added 3 different sales, and with the separator. So instead of separators, you can write, you can put a space. Let's say 1, 2, 3 spaces. Instead of 1 dash, you put 1, 2, 3 spaces. See, the results is like that. So this is the concatenate formula. For the presentation purpose, you can play around always in between. But remember this, that whatever you are putting in you want to put as a separator, you have to put into inverted double inverted comma. The next formula is another formula which is widely used. It's Vlookup formula. Vlookup. Vlookup is a formula which is seems like a complex. It's one of the um, easiest formula I would say. Okay, so VLOOKUP is again to bring the data into specific format. So let's say this is I have already car and brands. I already have the data for this. Okay, and then I have a data in another sheet. Okay, I have, for example, I just have the name of the car brand. Okay, and I have the brand to it. I have Audi. I have BMW. Okay, I have GMC, and I have, that's it. I have this. Now number of units I don't have, but I have the data in another sheet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the data. So in this sheet, so let's say for example, instead of Toyota, I would say Nissan. Um, I have GMC. I have Toyota, and then I have Nissan, GMC, Toyota. I want to bring another one which does not have any data here. So GMC, Toyota, Nissan, and let's say Lexus. Okay, so four. I have these four brands in another sheet, but I don't have the date units number for. So what I'm going to do, I want to look into another sheet and populate the data here that how many units I have. So what I will do, I will say equal VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP is V means vertical lookup. So first of all, you have to see what it is looking for look value. What you want to look. I want to look Nissan, for example. Okay, then comma, then table array. Table array means where you want to look. Okay, I want to look in this table. Select all this entire table. I want to look here. Okay, put the dollar sign here. I will explain to you why I put the dollar sign here. Dollar sign you can put for all the columns. So when you do selection here with comma, then selection, okay, you can put dollar sign. So dollar sign you can put by simply pressing F4 button. Okay, dollar sign for all the numbers. Then again comma. Then you have to say that which number you want to look for. So in this column, see the number is 1 and 2. So basically, column index number is number of column which you are looking for. The number of column is 2. So in our entire selection, this car brand is the column number 1, unit is column number 2. So we want the result which is in the column number 2. So you have to put 2. Okay, and then if the result is fine, 2. Otherwise, the result should be 0. Okay, or false. Okay. So basically, this is the result of Nissan. So in this way, the result comes that after doing the VLOOKUP, you got the number of units 50 from the sheet. Okay, so I will copy this formula, putting down GMC not applicable because as you know that there is no GMC, so that's why the result can be like this. Then you have Toyota, so Toyota 40 units, so you got the number. Lexus, again, you know that there is no Lexus in this data, that's why the result will come. Why I put this GMC in Lexus in the list despite the knowing that it does not in my numbers. The reason was that to show you guys that if you do not have any data in your main sheet, then the result will come as not applicable, and do not worry that the formula is wrong. Not applicable means that this does not in your original sheet. I will repeat the formula again. So you have to do VLOOKUP. Okay, VLOOKUP, bracket open. You have to select your columns, the entire table which you will look, and you can see that is it like that the column is, it says that 7 row number 7, it says that 7 row in total, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and 2 columns 1 and 2. Okay, then you have to select first, then comma, sorry, you have to say Vlookup, then take your lookup value, then comma, then take this table, okay, 7 rows, 2 column, comma, then which column you are looking for, column number 2, 1 and 2. There are 7 rows, but there are 2 columns. You just want the result from column 2, so write column 2 and then comma and then say false. So false means that if the result is matching, it will come with number 2 result, or if it is not matching, it will come with false result. Okay, but remember one thing, you have to put the dollar sign here. The dollar sign is very important because you are working in the same sheet, so it will lock the table, otherwise it will not lock the table. Okay, alright, that was the formula number 9. Now we are going to formula number 10. The formula number 10 is again, it's a formula which is very widely used, and it is not basically the formula, but it is the logic to distribute a big line item. So it's called text to column logic. Okay, so last formula is text to column. Basically this is not a formula, but is one of the methods to break down a large text. So let's say, for example, um, you have this text BMW BMW space 10 space Toyota space 30 space Nissan space 15. Now these are the items, and now you want to break this. So you want that into you want to break the names and the numbers. So click on this button, go to data, press text column. Here you have two options. One is delimited and one is fixed width. Delimited will give you the options, so you can select any options by which you want to separate. So here we want to separate by space. So when you will click separate by space, next, finish, this will break your entire column by space. So whenever there was a space, it will break it. Okay, secondly, how you can use it: BMW 10 Toyota space 30 Nissan 15. Click on this, text to column, fixed width, next. Now here you can distribute how you want to distribute. Let's say, for example, you want to distribute BMW and 10 as a first, then Toyota and 30 as a second. Double click and remove it, and then 30 Nissan 15. So here you want to just break down, so you can, wherever you want to put the breakdown, you can just click and then it will be breakdown. Next, finish. This is how it is done. So today this is all the 10 Excel formulas which I explained to you. I hope it will be very useful in your daily professional and educational life. If you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will put more and more lessons and the videos for Excel